Hello again, everyone. I'm here with another Traveler's Notebook collection video. This time I am showing my small collection of HandstitchedLeatherT Traveler's Notebooks. Again, I keep gravitating towards the smaller collections that I have because they're a little bit easier to handle and show on the channel. So I acquired two of these fairly recently, and these are a little bit older. I will talk about the ones that I just got, and then I'll go back into those. So recently, HandstitchedLeatherT started her own website. They used to only be available on Etsy, and she would announce on Facebook when she was going to open her shop, and it was a very narrow window, and it was very hard to get any of her items. But now that she has her own website, it seems like they're pretty well readily available. So this here, I'll show you this one first because this is a traditional traveler's notebook. This is more of an accessory. So this is a sort of a folio traveler's notebook hybrid in a B6. B6 is not my usual size. When I was looking at the measurements, I thought that this would actually do well with my B6 Slim inserts for my everyday carry. I was wrong about that. It really is a true B6 and it really should be used for B6 size. She has a variety of different sizes for that would be B6 Slim sizes. She has one that's specifically for a Jabun Techo. Then she has one that's specifically for a Cafe Notes, Nanami Cafe Notes notebook. And the sizes of those two are a little bit different, but they're both B6 Slim. So I really don't know which one of those to get. If I want to go with a true B6 Slim, and maybe I don't. Maybe I just don't worry about that at this point. Enjoy my B6 and go with that. I think I probably want to reach out to the shop owner and ask her what she would recommend for something where I'm going to have both a Nanami Cafe Notes notebook and a Jabun Techo in the same setup, which is what I have in my everyday carry. So let me just open this up real quick. So this was the option that had, so it has a back pocket, and I believe that this is the tobacco color leather. That's pretty much, well, this is blue, but it has a tobacco colored pocket. But I don't have any of the darker leathers. There's a limited range of colors available, but there's a pretty good representation in the samples on the website. So this has a back pocket and a little closure here that goes through this loop, kind of like the Speckled Fawn's chatelaines, so it's kind of like that. I asked for a pen loop in here. You can have it without a pen loop if you want. I also asked for 2 strings inside. So these can be used without strings as just a folio, which is actually how I have this B6 Stalogy in here now. And B6 is not a size that I generally use all that often, although I do like the size of the grid in this B6. I think it's a little bit larger than the one in the A5. I do have an A5 notebook as well. It's kind of hard to tell because it's very faint. The grid lines are very faint in the Stalogy. And this one I also got, the notebook rather, I got with a little bookmark. I had her add that. And in retrospect, I probably would have not requested that just because the leather itself for the bookmark is really thick and it kind of bulks up the book a little bit along this area here. So sort of a mixed bag with this one. I mean, I love the leather and I love the style of this notebook. B6 is not really my size. Based on the measurements on the website, I did think that this would work better. So maybe I'm just not reading the sizing correctly. I would have to go back and look. But this is, as it is now, this is actually a great size for a Stalogy notebook, and I probably could put another B6 insert in here and it would probably fit pretty well. And the placement of the bookmark is actually in a pretty good place because it can fold over and just mark places here as opposed to if it was on the spine, it probably would be a little bit harder to wrangle. So there's clearly some thought that went in there. The pen loop is pretty large, so I'm pretty sure you could fit some pretty big pens in there. Let me get, you're going to hear some zippering here. I'm going to get a TWSBI Eco, because that's a kind of a chunky pen. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Plenty of room. And I kind of like having a little bit of the pen clip on there, so I think it's okay to have it in the middle there. And let's see how it closes with that. Oh, perfectly fine. I think that works really well. And I think that this leather kind of needs to be molded into, it needs to be used so that it can be molded a little bit better around the notebook. It's a very soft leather, but very sturdy leather. I think there is only really one type of leather that she carries, and this is it. It comes in different colors, but it is pretty much all the same type of leather. So now I'm going to talk about this other little accessory here that I got at the same time. So this is a little pen roll or artist's roll. My thought on this is I'm starting to use more watercolor pencils in my watercoloring, and I thought that I could fit some in here, and just based on the size, I think it would work because it's kind of the perfect height for a pencil. The only thing is I don't know how well this would protect my pencil tips, and I don't really want to put a cap on each and every one. Let's see, let me put another one in here. And how many could I really fit in here? I don't know. Let's see, that particular pocket seems to fit 3 pretty snugly. And then I probably could put 3 here, maybe 6 here, 6 here. So it would actually hold quite a few. And I would have to see. This puzzled me a little bit at first because it's not really a true roll. It seems like it's really designed to fold over itself like this. And that seemed a little awkward to me just because of the places that the loops or the little closure loop is. It seemed like kind of an awkward place for it. I almost would prefer it if I could just roll it up like a literal roll and then roll this around, because you can see it's stitched here and it's also stitched here. So you can't really go beyond that, but it does look very nice. I think that, again, the leather would kind of mold around what you have in here. Just having those 3 pens along the area where the spine is, it seems like they'd be pretty well protected. And as far as the pencil tips, I don't know, let's see. Let's see how they fared. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be okay. And these pencils are pretty sturdy. I mean, they're artist grade pencils, so they're probably not going to completely fall apart really easily. Just putting those in the jar that I have off to the side. There we go. I'm going to close this one back up. And I ordered the large pen roll. There's also a small size pen roll, which is going to have fewer compartments than this one. And there's only the, oh my goodness, I should open this again to show you. So there's no separate compartment in the back where, like a lot of the pen rolls that I have been showing you, it's just these compartments here. And that's all you're going to get. So it's better for writing instruments as opposed to being a complete artist roll all on its own. I apologize, my voice is really rough today. Okay, so this particular one is the very first one that I ever purchased. So this one I purchased from a buy-sell trade on a buy-sell trade group, and it is blue, but it's the same kind of leather, and then it has the same lighter leather as the pocket. So you can get a pocket for the front. This one does not have a pocket in the back. And this is a standard size, and this is actually one that I'm thinking of getting rid of destashing, just because it's a little floppy for me for a standard size. I mean, it's a gorgeous notebook. I really like the layout as well, with the 2 folio pockets here, a secretarial pocket, and then sort of these sideways pockets. I think it has great storage. It's going to be really sturdy. It doesn't scratch easily at all. And I really like the blue leather, but again, just I have several other leathers and brands in this standard narrow size, and this is just one that I don't gravitate towards, so I'm thinking of selling this one. And then the last one I have here, which I purchased off of a secondhand site, is an A5 folio, and it does not have strings. This one does have strings along the spine here. So even though it has the pockets inside to serve as a folio, it's still essentially a traveler's notebook, and it has 4 strings inside. And then this one, I'm using this little pen case here because it does not have a pen loop or anything like that on it. I'll go ahead and take that off. I'm kind of using this to keep the notebook closed and to store some things that I would use. So I have a Jinhao fountain pen, which is just sort of a cheapy fountain pen that's kind of nice to have on here because I don't care if it gets lost or something. I have a mechanical pencil here. This is actually, I think, the Lamy mechanical pencil. And then I have a Sharpie pen, and then I have a portable watercolor brush. And that all fits really well into this little setup here. And this case, I will find out where I got this case and put a link to it below. It's actually, I think it's by Midori, I think. Oh, and I think I had the fountain pen off to the side so that it wouldn't interfere. Yep, there we go. And I kind of like how it color coordinated a little bit with the leather color. And most of my sort of random folios and notebooks are being used for art purposes. So that's what this one is for. This one also has the back pocket here. And then I have my 100% cotton paper notebook in here with the little strap around. And then I have the back cover back in here, and it fits perfectly. And then there's yet another secretarial pocket here. And then I have this notebook, which is from Sumkeen. It's a French company, but I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. But this is 140 GSM premium quality fountain pen friendly paper that's in here. And it has this little elastic band that's really supposed to go this way, but I'm putting it the other way just because of the way this is in the notebook. And I have not tried writing on this paper yet. This is a rather new setup. I had this notebook sitting around and I thought, well, I should start using that. And there we go. And then there's a similar pocket setup up here as there is in the narrow. Okay. And then that's just a folio. If I were to carry this around without it being stored on my shelf like it is right now, I would put this little pen case up further towards the opening, just because it will keep it from flopping open. However, when I have it on my bookshelf, I keep it back here just so that the pen, the little pen case does not get in the way of me sliding it into my notebook. So there you go, HandstitchedLeatherT. I love the leather. I'm a little bit torn about the styling. I'm not sure if I love it or not. Although, you know, when you feel the leather is so soft and so pretty, and they have a variety of different designs. If you check out the website, I will put a link below to the website. And I just wanted to show you another option that's out there for traveler's notebooks and for accessories to go with your traveler's notebook. All right, so that's it for today, and feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos that are going to be on the channel. If you like this video, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. All right, thanks so much. Bye.